Welcome to the From Egypt to Zion show to all of the newcomers, and welcome back to all of my loyal subscribers. I have not been before you in a while, and that's because, as you know, I do not come before you unless I am led by the Holy Spirit, unless He impress upon my heart to put something out there that's of urgent importance to be known. And so, family, watch before it gets deleted because we're going to be talking about the truth about the entertainment, music industry, the US government, and all industries controlled by white supremacy, and why judgment by the Most High Yahuwah is imminent on this nation. Let's begin. Deception, public perception, and the unstated truth. First and foremost, America and Western society was built on bigotry, slavery, and white supremacy. Whenever Black people wanted to excel in life or separate themselves from Caucasian society, they were always blocked or prevented or sabotaged. Case in point, Black Wall Street of Tulsa, Oklahoma. A lot of youngsters and some older people do not realize that there have been so many events just like what happened to Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Because you see, family, there were a lot of Black establishments. We had our own communities. We had our own stores. We had our own farms. We had our own doctors and lawyers. We had our own politicians. We had porters. We had lots of lots of things in our communities that were sabotage. Every time we would try to upward mobilize our communities, there would always be some sort of an incident that would come in and be the reason for its destruction. Also, more recently, there's been a block of $90 million from Omar Gaddafi to the Nation of Islam to help the Black community to upward mobilize. Could that really be the reason why he was killed and murdered? In Western society, upward mobilization is controlled by the powers that should not be. In order to gain so called wealth in this nation, as a Black person, Black group or community, in Western society, it must be controlled wholly by white people in the form of handlers. Many of these Black entertainers that we have out here, Black musicians, Black politicians, they are allowed to be in the public eye under the false illusion that somehow they are better than the average Black person or have more money. Well, at least it seems that way. They will allow these people to have a little money, but the reality is they will only allow them to get so far. And then, should they want to buy the rights to their music, for example, an entertainer in the music industry, or maybe a big time celebrity actor or some sort of celebrity that wants to do something really big for the Black communities or who wants to separate themselves and have their own maybe movie production company or television network, or maybe have their own record company for themselves, or to have any of those type of ideals, and they are also murdered by the establishment and then staged as if that Black celebrity died from a sickness, accident, or natural cause, etc. When in reality, it was all planned. Case in point, the recent Angie Stone murder, because that's exactly what it was. Because this woman got on social media and basically let the world know that she was not getting paid for her music, that the record company had been stealing from her. And I believe it. And we all know that this is how they operate because we have all seen it played out over and over again, from Sam Cooke to Michael Jackson, Lisa Left Eye Lopez, Prince, Aaliyah, Barry White, Phyllis Hyman, Whitney Houston and her daughter. There was always reasons why these people died, yet they would always put the news to say that maybe they overdosed on drugs or something of that nature. There was the death of Luther Vandross. They'll let you think that these people actually died of sicknesses when in reality, behind closed doors, there are other things that are going on, such as they don't want to pay these people their royalties. They don't want to give them their money. And when they do complain about these things, then they are bumped off. Family, we have to learn to realize that these are very big deceivers. The ones that control these industries are the evil hands behind the whole thing. This is why you can have a person like Clive Davis, Lyra Cohen, and other names of big record executives that are known and notorious for doing things to not be punished because systems operate in tandem with these types of organizations. Ever wonder why there is little to no justice for crimes committed against Black people? It doesn't matter your status, it doesn't matter how big you are. It doesn't matter if you are a regular citizen. This is their mindset. And I am going to read from Zechariah chapter 11, verse 5. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty, and they that sell them say, Blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. So you see, they believe that we don't care what happened to our people. They may even believe that the Most High don't care what happens to us. But they're going to find out real quick just how angry the Most High is, because it is time for them to face judgment. America and these industries are run and controlled by the types of Caucasians that have called themselves Jewish. Too many people have been fooled by entities who have been hiding under many names. These entities have assumed many identities, yet they are no different than any other Caucasian. They look like any other white person, yet they identify as Jewish. The difference between these Caucasian entities are as follow. The first group, who named themselves Jewish, are Caucasian white people whose lineage descended from Esau and Japheth and the Caucasus Mountains, and they were enslavers of Black people. And they control most of the world's systems, including financial systems, who stole the land in Northern Africa and renamed that land as the Middle East. or the nation state of Israel. It was bought in 1948. And these group of Caucasians are over other Caucasian groups due to their wealth. Then you have the second group of Caucasians referred to as Aryans or white people. They are Caucasians whose lineage also descended from Esau and Japheth and the Caucasus Mountains, who enslave Black people who do not have the wealth of the first group, but who hold the same racist ideals and bigoted ideals against Black people, who do the bidding for the first group through positions in law enforcement, judicial, hospital systems, all kinds of other systems where they can affect their racial prejudices and ideologies and criminal acts. Then you have the third group of Caucasians, the liberal and progressive Caucasian, whose lineage also descended from Esau and Japheth and came out of the Caucasus Mountains, whose families may or may not have enslaved Black people, but who do not currently operate off of racism and bigotry and white supremacy. Those are the ones who do not agree with racial inequality and often are casualties because of their stance to stand with Black people and who do not like racial inequality. Historical and recent proof of this wicked racist system. Whenever Black people try to build up their communities, white people would always come in and destroy it. They have always hated when we work together. They have always tried to keep Black people and the Black community docile, downtrodden, and ignorant. Intelligence and unity of Black communities was always a threat to the Caucasian elite. The elite controlled the American government and killed all of our civil rights leaders. In recent years, according to a report, and this is fair use, according to a report from the African Diaspora News Channel, the US blocked $1 billion from reaching Farrakhan to help the Black communities. Could this have been why Muammar Gaddafi was murdered? Because, see, not only did he try to bring all of the African nations together to have one common monetary system, but he also sent money to try to help the Black communities. And then mysteriously, he ended up dead. Make it make sense. There should be outrage, and Black people should fight against these injustices. Marching simply won't do because we've done that for many years. And where have that gotten us? Absolutely nowhere. In fact, it has only been a way for white supremacists to come out and to physically attack our people. No, we have to do these things in a different manner. We need to be crying out to the Most High to avenge us of our adversaries. We also need to learn to boycott and not buy any more of their products because this nation is on its way out anyway. They have done so much heinous things, even to other nations. And it is now time for them to reap what they have sown. Because there seems to be a common theme in this country, and that is that Blackness has increasingly become criminalized. Currently, we have a president who is a raving lunatic in office. This president is unhinged, and he and Elon Musk is not even an American citizen. They are single handedly dismantling this government, and the US government is disintegrating rather quickly. This is being done in order to bring in the New World Order, an Orwellian society, a surveillance state, and a system controlled by AI. This is Bible prophecy playing out in real time. The Ish people are a warlike people who are the hidden hand of evil. Let me say that again for the people in the back. The Ish people are a warlike people who are the hidden hand of evil. And here is some of the doctrines that they follow. They kill infants, kill children, kill the elderly, break treaties, steal land, conceal their crimes. They typically are the ones that perpetuate crimes and then they hide their hand and put another face. Like they will kill a black entertainer and put a black face out there when in reality they are the ones that are perpetuating those crimes. They commit whole genocides of nations. They have raped women, created famines, destroyed other religions, disfigured the dead. They have desecrated tombs, stolen artifacts out of nations that they had no parts of. And here is some of the other doctrine that they believe in. Uh, they go off of the Talmud. And see, you have to understand, family, that these are not humans, because no human would think the way this doctrine reads. They call Black people goyim. That is another word like the N word. This first stance says even the best of Goyim should be killed. Then they have another one that says all children of Goyim are animals. Another one that says uh, that Goys are not humans, they are beasts. It says that a Jew may violate but not marry a non Jew girl. What kind of mind thinks like this? What kind of mind thinks like this? This is wickedness. This basically shows a mindset of Satan. Another one says a Jew may have sex with a child as long as the child is less than 9 years old. I mean, what kind of thought process? And I can go on and on to read these things that's in their doctrines. But family, just reading this, you must know that these are very, very evil mindsets that control these systems, and judgment is imminent on this nation and to the very West. Recently, we have a president in office. Elon and President Trump are trying to stop Medicaid, Medicare, and Social Security. Now, one would wonder, why would they want to go after the poor and the vulnerable? We are witnessing the wickedness of not only white supremacy, but also sheer attacks on the children, the disabled, the elderly, and poor and vulnerable, because these are the people who are being hurt the most by these evil tactics. Make no mistake, they are doing this to ultimately target Black people. They are doing they are going doing this to go through great lengths to hurt Black people, so much so until they don't care that if some of their own is affected. Many people who have worked for years have paid into Social Security, and these are things that the worker cannot control, had not no say on whether this money should go out or not, because the government straight took it. And we have an Elon Musk claiming that Social Security is an entitlement program. Well, it really makes no sense for a person who is not an American citizen and who knows nothing about how our government operates to just come in and start cutting programs. It just doesn't make sense. Judgment is very imminent on this nation, and there is so much happening until it is hard to keep up. Not everything is as it seems. There are a lot of lies being told, and the deception runs deep, and the public is none the wiser. The public typically believes the mainstream media, although there are a lot of people starting to wake up to the reality that this nation and world that we live in is controlled by very wicked, sick people who control the resources and operate systems, and they are controlled by demons. In fact, the Bible tells us in Ephesians 6 and 12, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Some of the wicked are seeking ways to escape judgment, while others don't believe judgment will come to them. The wealthy elite have been looking for ways to escape judgment by trying to find habitations among the luminaries. However, each time they try launching rockets, they fail. They have been using witchcraft, secret societies, and even so called scientific organizations like CERN to try to open up portals or to crack the veil, which is actually covering this plane that we call Earth. That's right, we are not on a spinning ball. We are on a plane and it is covered by a dome or what you would call the veil. There is no escape for these people or these entities. Judgment from the Most High Yah is imminent. They can try to run, they can try to hide, they can try to run to the clefts of the rock. They can try to go down in the waters. They can try to hide in the mountains. There is no hiding space for them, no hiding place, because the Most High is going to meet them there, and they are going to have to stand before the Most High and give an account for what they have done. You see, hell was not made for people, hell was made for the devil and his angels. But hell has enlarged itself because of the wickedness that has overtaken this plane that we call earth. And they will be joining Satan and his angels, and they will be spending an eternity burning in hell fire with fire and brimstone that is unquenched. Well, thank you, family, for tuning in. And I pray that you get your houses in order, because we are living in some very, very, very trying times. We are about to go through things. You want to start praying and fasting. You're going to start stocking up on food, water, and resources, because they are simply trying to collapse our government, and they are trying to ensure that people have nothing, especially Black people. They don't want us to have anything. It is looking like they are trying to bring in a universal basic income where everything is controlled, much like what is happening in China, a surveillance state where everything is controlled by AI and everyone is being watched. So, family, we need to pray and fast, and we need to ask the Most High to avenge us of our adversary. The Bible tells us, if my people who are called by my name shall humble themselves and seek my face, then will I hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and heal their land. For family, we must cry out like never before and ask the Most High to have mercy on us and to avenge us of our adversaries.